أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولقد آتينا لقمان الحكمة أن اشكر لله ومن يشكر فإنما يشكر لنفسه ومن كفر فإن الله غني حميد. وإذ قال لقمان لابنه وهو يعظه يا بني لا تشرك بالله إن الشرك لظلم عظيم. ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه حملته أمه وهنا على وهن وفصاله في عامين أن اشكر لي ولوالديك إلي المصير. وإن جاهداك على أن تشرك بي ما ليس لك به علم فلا تطعهما وصاحبهما في الدنيا معروفا واتبع سبيل من أناب إلي ثم إلي مرجعكم فأنبئكم بما كنتم تعملون. صدق الله العظيم.
Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin wabihi nasta'inu ala umri dunia waddin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Edfitri Muflihatusyawal. I'm a college student of Indonesia University of Education in major Science of Islamic Religion. So the content today will be kind of different because the contents talk about tafsir. And then, the ayah that I wanted to talk about today is about Surah Luqman, verse 12 until 15. I wanted to tell you about the points of benefits that are loosely taken from the work of our Sheikh Abdul Razak Al-Abad Al-Badr. May Allah grant him and his father long life for righteousness and piety in which they benefit for the Ummah. Actually, this work is due to several tafsir books, something like Tafsir Ibn Kathir and Tafsir Jalalain. So let's go to the first verse of this Quran. So you might questioning something like, who is Luqman? Why does he written in the Quran by Allah? Something like that. Well, Luqman was not a prophet of Allah, but he is a righteous man. This is the opinion of the vast majority of the scholars. And the scholars differ as to when he lived. So popular opinions include that he was from the descendants of Ibrahim's father, a close relative to Ayub, or that he lived in the age of Dawood. And he is often known as the wise due to the advice that he gave to his son, which is full of wisdom, of course. And then from this verse we can learn how to attain wisdom. Okay, there are a lot of means and way by which one can attain wisdom. And it's something like the scholar mentioned that Luqman, despite not being a prophet, was a man of piety, righteousness, and worship. And he was known to speak little, not to delve into issues which did not concern him. So, those are ways to help us for being wisdom. And if wisdom is a gift from Allah, so the only thing we can do is coming closer to Allah and making dua to Him, something like that. And for the next, what we can learn from this ayah, the gratitude for the blessing of Allah are shown with the heart, tongue, and limbs. It's like your heart should feel love for Allah, humility before Him, and sincerity toward Him for His bounties. And your tongue should be moist with saying Alhamdulillah and praising to Allah. Your limbs should be busy in thanking Allah by fulfilling His commandments, refraining from His prohibitions, and using His blessing to come closer to Him. And what is the next benefit? What is the next benefit of this ayah? Allah does not benefit from our gratitude, nor He harmed by our ingratitude. We are the only one who benefit when we worship Allah. As Allah says in the Hadith Qudsi, that all of the people and jinn from the time of Adam until the last to live were together to ask from Allah, and He was reply to all of them. So you just need to ask to Allah something like make dua to Allah, and Allah will make it true. It would not diminish from His kingdom, and except when that needle diminished from the water of the ocean. Something like that. And the next, and talking about the 13th verse of Surah Luqman, we can learn about instilling with our children the understanding of Tawheed and Shirk. As you know that at that time, or when Luqman alive, the Shirk is everywhere, something like that. And many of us, especially those who were born as Muslim, take it for granted that we know Tawhid and Shirk and that our children will somehow genetically understand it too. But that's how Iblis trick us and trap us. And Luqman did not take this for granted. When it came to advising his son, in that there is a lesson for us. And then another benefit, the need to mention hope and fear, reward and punishment, the good along with the bad. Balance is the name of our religion. We need to remember the both sides in order to remain upon the straight path. And talking about the 14th verse of Surah Luqman, there are several benefits you can get from the surah. For the first, the rights of the parents. According to the scholar's tafsir, this verse and the next are from the advice of Allah gives to us. So why it's related or continued, meaning the ayah before this ayah is advice Luqman gave to his son. The reason why these two verses are interjected within, because the advice of Luqman is just as he was advising his son, fulfilling the right of the father toward his child. The child must also remember that the rights of the parents are far greater. And then the next benefit, we need to remember what our parents did for us. One of the ways we increase our dutifulness toward our parents is by remembering the hardship of their endure for us. Our mother carried us for months in a state of weakness and hardship, and then shackled us for many more months. Our parents sacrificed their own ease and comfort for ours when we could not feed, clothe, or defend ourselves. They would sacrifice their sleep because of our crying. The smallest discomfort for us was a great distress for them, and the slightest smile a source of overwhelming joy for them. Therefore, do they not deserve our respect, love, honor, and obedience? And the next, We can learn from this ayah that there's a greater right of our mothers. Allah mentions respect for parents, but then focuses the first on the mother and her effort. Fifth, and the next, throughout the Sunnah, there are countless examples of the Prophet ﷺ stressing about the right of the mother, even over and about that of the father. For example, the story of Uwais al-Qarni and his great station by virtue of his respect for his mother is one such example. The next benefit is a child can never repay his or her mother for the hardship she underwent for them, irrespective of what they do for their parents in later life. And the next benefit is talk about Allah mentioned the right of the parents after his own rights to emphasize the importance of this issue and how it should not be trivialized. This is Tawheed is not a trivial matter. And the next benefit is about gratitude to our parents. It's by loving them, honoring them, and being dutiful towards them, and making dua to Allah for them to get goodness and success in this life and the next. And the next, firstly, ask yourself when the last time you made a sincere dua for your parents. If it wasn't today and every day, then you have fallen short in fulfilling their rights. For the next benefit, disrespecting one's parents is from the major sin. In hadith, disrespecting one's parent is from the major sins. In hadith in Bukhari Muslim, the Prophet ﷺ mentioned that the worst sin is to commit shirk and then to disrespect someone's parents. And then we go into the 15th verse of Surah Luqman. You can get just about 11 benefits from this surah due to Sheikh Abdul Rahman, due to Sheikh Abdul Razak. Here we go. Obedience to parents not unconditional. If someone's parents order or encourage shirk or some other type of forbidden act, then it is allowed. It is not allowed to obey them in this. Then it is not allowed to obey them in this. The next, if one's parents do command evil, despite their other rights are still maintained, we must accompany them a godly way in this world, advising them, making dua for them, and encouraging them towards the truth. Such is the beauty of Islam. If this is the extent to which we train non-Muslim parents, then how about those who have Muslim parents, and then those whose parents are Muslim people? And the next benefit, this first is the golden principle in Islam. There is no obedience to the creation in disobedience to the Creator. And the next, people upon falsehood often strive to spread their falsehood. As Allah says, but if they strive at the same time, it is often the unfortunate case that those upon the truth are too lazy or timid to advocate the truth. The truth is more worthy of being spread. And then the next benefit, there's a difference between not obeying one's parents and being disrespectful towards them. This is why Allah commands us not to obey them when they order shirk and not to disrespect them. Understanding this difference is vital when dealing with one's parents. The next benefit, the virtue of the companions and following their ways and follow the path of he who turns to me in repentance and obedience. Some of the scholars say this refers to Abu Bakr, and others say it refers to the companions generally. Either way, it shows that their example is that we should follow as commanded by Allah and His Prophet ﷺ. The next, the importance of choosing good and noble role models and surrounding yourself with others who also choose such examples so that they may help you upon this journey toward Allah. And another benefits we can get from this verse is about the importance of inabah. It's mean turning back to Allah. Ibn Qayyim rahimahullah said that inabah comprises of four things. First, loving Allah. Second, humbling oneself before Him. Third, turning to Him alone. And the fourth, turning away from all else beside Him. The next benefit, it's actually the ninth benefit. Allah is recording every single one of our deeds, and they will be presented before us, to us on the day of judgment, where we will be held to account for them. And the tenth, shirk has no proof of justification. This is why Allah describes also commensurate as having no knowledge. And the last but not least point, the 11th point, is the importance in da'wah and advice of linking people back to Allah. When giving da'wah or advice, remind them that they will stand before Allah, be held to account, be rewarded for good and punished for evil. So after we seen a lot of benefit from this ayah, it's mean that there are a lot of message that Allah gave to us, including to this ayah. So we need to often to read that, something like understanding that, know the meaning of that, and learn a lot from that. Don't forget to read the Quran, yeah, even only 5 ayah a day. But yeah, you need to push yourself to do that because Allah has already given that to us. It is something like Allah, that's the way Allah loves us. Allah just told us if you don't want it to be lost in this dunya, so you need to follow what the Quran is contained. Something like that. So that's all I can share to you and hope that it will be useful for you and especially for me. Thank you for watching. Subhanakallahumma rabbana wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you on the next video.